Hi there, it's Tina with Wild Hair Vintage Finds. Thanks for joining me for my next video. And what we have today is a haul that is kind of encompassing all this upcoming spring holidays. We've got Christmas out of the way, and so why not just go ahead and see what we can find in the wild for the holidays upcoming. So first of all, I do have some Valentine goodies. I actually bought this little guy last year for Valentine's. This is a stained glass piece. Now, I don't know if this was a hobbyist piece or if this was actually in the stores, but it's definitely kind of an artsy, craftsy piece. All of the pieces on here are either a wire or a stained glass, except the flowers, of course. But it's really pretty. This is a stained glass base. Gorgeous piece. Now, I did look up stained glass birds, but they were usually things that would be like light catchers or sun catchers in a window. And I couldn't find any where it was like this nice freestanding piece. This could hang maybe even outdoors with a tree or something. But it's just pretty, these little lovebirds right here. I just thought it was really nice, and especially the craftsmanship of it was so good. Then we have this lovely paperweight. It says #love. This actually was something that my son picked out and thought it would be good for the holidays. It's a nice sturdy piece. It's I don't know that it's chrome, but it is a metal piece of some kind, silver plated kind of thing. At first, when I ran comps, I was really excited because of Robert Indiana's Love paperweights. And those are the ones that spell out love, but it's an L and then the O is tilted and then a VE. I believe there's like a giant sculpture of that in one of the major cities, New York, Chicago, something. Sorry, I don't get out much, so I'm not sure which metropolis that is in. But if you can find those kinds of paperweights, you can make good money on those. This is not that, but I did like it. And so look for that in my stores. Next, we have this lovely trinket box. Now, I've noticed that in a lot of stores that are online, trinket boxes and that kind of thing, any kind of a box that you can store things in, do really, really well. This one is especially pretty. It's got that nice design on the edge. It has a couple of little Cupid guys, and I like that it's in kind of a sepia tone. I always like that kind of vintagey sepia expression and tone on things. Real pretty, nice and clean on the inside. Works really well. Closes nicely. This actually is a made in Japan. It does have that on there. It's made in Japan for Estee Lauder's keepsake boxes. Apparently they did this with a lot of their fragrances and so forth, and this was for the fragrance white linen. Now, I also have a cat box that was hand painted in Japan also, and I have seen where these cat trinket boxes, also for Estee Lauder, were they had different variances on them, almost as if whoever they hired to hand paint it had a little bit of license to add their own special touches to them. So anyway, I like this trinket box, but I especially liked this trinket box. This is really pretty, really good quality. There's a nice lattice work that is done with the porcelain throughout this piece. Really delicate, fine work. The flowers that are on here, like a Capodimonte, which is like an applied flower that's on here, is really nicely done, and there's no chips, nothing missing from the petals, which happens a lot with the Capodimonte. You always have to watch for that. But this is a gorgeous trinket box. It is a heart shape, and I started looking and doing some research on the back, looking at the back stamp. It turns out that this actually, from what I can tell, is made in Romania. And you can find, if you can find this style and this kind of delicate work on the lattice work, and if it's a Romanian piece, it can fetch some good money. So you might want to be on the lookout for that. Next, for still keeping with Valentine's, is this really lovely tea towel. It is by KD Designs. They're somebody that has done a lot with linens, kitchen linens, and that kind of thing for years and years. But this is a lovely, lovely one, and it's a Precious Moments. I don't know if you can see that. I'll do a close-up later. But Precious Moments, I know, isn't a real big seller right now. Their value has gone down quite a bit. However, I just thought the linen itself is really cool. And then the other thought that I had with this is actually it's almost like a stamped piece that somebody, if they wanted to, could follow the colors and just do it as an embroidery piece. And that would be really a fun kind of, make it a more unique kind of gift for somebody. Next, I have this paperweight, another one here. This is one again that my son picked out. And I always want to encourage him on my thrifting adventures because he can start collecting his own stuff. It's a glass paperweight that says, "Some people make the world special just by being in it." I've always loved that saying. I think it would be a fun gift, not necessarily for Valentine's. It could be for any kind of holiday or just thinking of you kind of a gift. Next, I have this piece. This is a lovely cookie, candy, put your Hershey's Kisses kind of a plate. It is by Rosanna Studios. Rosanna is a real interesting company. I have seen their pottery work and kitchen products in thrift stores, and I really like the line. Now it's not like a big money maker, but I really feel like some of their bigger pieces are actually worth looking into and running comps on, and see if there isn't something that you might, can make a decent show on. But I had to do this because of the ephemera that they put on here. It's like a collage of old Valentines, and I just love that. I collect ephemera myself, and any kind of vintage Valentine or vintage card or that kind of thing, always a fun thing to find. And then finally for Valentine's, actually this was not necessarily for Valentine's, but I thought I did want to share this with you. This is a leather cuff that I found when I was out thrifting. I believe I got this at the Goodwill bins, and that's always an interesting trip on its own. But I love this. I'm not sure who makes it. There is a marking on the back, and the reason I know that is that not only did it have this one where it says "Love Never Fails," which is from, of course, 1 Corinthians, but I loved it. I thought it would work for our Valentine's sequence. And then, but it also I also found this to go with it, so it's interchangeable. You can take these off. I noticed that it just has lobster claw holdings on it, like you would have on a necklace, and you can just interchange them. So if you feel silver toned one day, maybe a little more brassy the next. So it's a lot of fun. There is a branding on the back. It says L-E, and then it's got a little image, an embossed image of two girls with an umbrella. So I'm sure that's somebody that I need to look up. If you know who it is, hey, leave me a comment. I've just never seen this before. And it really caught my eye at the time. It was like this, the last purchase or the last thing that I saw before I was checking out. And I just thought it was cool. So there's that. So that's our Valentine's. Next, I have this guy. Do you recognize who he is? This is St. Patrick. And I loved this. I saw the quality of it. I thought, oh, this is a nice piece. And at the time, I have to giggle at myself because I thought it was a wise man. But and I did look for the rest of the nativity scene. But it turns out this, when I started doing the research on him, it's actually St. Patrick. Those of you that are Irish Catholic probably knew that, and I apologize. But this is a Lefton piece, Lefton China. It's actually a commemorative one from 1984. They did like reissues of George Z. Lefton's pieces. And this is one of those. But I just thought it was beautiful and so perfect. What a fun and maybe more solemn St. Patrick's Day find. But I liked it very much. Okay, next. I do have some Easter goodies to show. The first one, and if you have any thoughts on this, let me know. But I loved this vase. At least I think it's a vase. It's a bunny rabbit on there, and I just had to have it. I love the graphic of the black and the white. But also the glaze was really interesting. I've never really seen something like that, but it's so artsy, and I really liked it for that. It has no markings on the bottom, so I don't know who made it or anything. The opening is rather small, so I'm thinking if you had some kind of cool architectural branch, cherry blossom branch, something like that, it would look really cool in here. Or I also am just picturing the idea of like those incense sticks or something that could go in here where you actually do the essential oil on the stick, and then it kind of gets, it emanates into a room, and you just can lay this, have this stick in here. That's something I was thinking it might be. But if you know anything about this pottery and what this might be for, leave me a comment in there, and let's find out and share together what's going on with that. And then I did get these guys. I love these guys. Little Peter Rabbit. Peter Rabbit mugs. There are a few of these out there, but I couldn't resist with the handles. They're so pretty. It's two different scenes, but they're totally complementary with each other. This would be great for maybe two kids to give as gifts, fill it with all the colored candied eggs and so forth. What is the word I'm thinking of? Chocolate. Chocolate eggs. You could have chocolate eggs filled in here for a little brother and a sister or something like that. Just a fun, whimsical mugs. And last of all, we have this wonderfully beautiful picture. This is a majolica, which is that kind of dimensional type of work. It's a ceramic piece, of course. I love the handle. the carrot stalk handle. And it's got these great sunflowers on there, which I really love. This is from the Strata group. It's called Bunnies Banquet. It was made in 1995, and they actually had other pieces that would go with this, like a whole tableware set. I could just see that with all the different pieces. So if you collect this, great picture right here. Anyway, it's really pretty. I love the design on it. It was in great condition. Now I paid up for this. I believe it was $5.99 in the store, but I feel like this is something, the quality on there was so nice. I just thought that I could recoup that and then some. But isn't that fun for the holidays? Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. So that is it for my holiday haul, my spring holiday haul. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you like and subscribe. Please hit the notifications bell once we get that up, and you can be notified when a new video hits. I do intend to do a lot of haul videos, mainly because I do have a lot of items that I want to talk about and share with you as I get them listed on either my Etsy store or my eBay store. I also do sell on OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace, so you can find me there as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.